What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. We are live at PAX East 2014 in Boston, Massachusetts, and it's crazy that anyone showed up for this. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Let him host.
The psychonaut, Tim Schaefer. And the man who stole Anthony Gallegos from IGN.com, Gerritzen. He also makes video games. Blacklight, Daylight. That's it, right? That's all you've made? That's all you have in your...
Yeah. All the lights. I actually want to give back Anthony, though.
So. Nope, too late. You took him. Enjoy his depression and his musk and that cat tattoo. Has everybody seen this cat tattoo Anthony has on his arm now? Jiminy Jillikers. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, the GameOverGreggy show is a weekly show. Posts every Friday on GameOverGreggy.bandcamp.com. Then over on YouTube.com/GameOverGreggy. GameOverGreggy.com for short. We post videos for free. You go there, you watch each topic broken out. This one is probably just going to be free, though, that we just toss up as one giant video.
We'll do this one free.
Yeah, that's how we're
Even on Bandcamp.
There you go. Even on Bandcamp, it's going to be free. So you guys wasted your time. You thought, I'll save $1 and I'll come see it live. And nope, total waste. Beyond! Oh, this is a good crowd. I like this. The idea here, Tim, because I just grabbed you off the street.
Tim.
You have no idea. This Tim.
Okay.
Tim Schaefer, the psychonaut.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're on my right-hand dominant side, too,
Yeah.
so you're going to get all sorts of touches today. All sorts of touches. The idea is that every week, 4 best friends gather around this table and talk about a random topic they each bring. We talk it out for your amusement. How many, round of applause if you've been to other panels this week at PAX East. I enjoy other panels. I've been on a few, but what we're going to do is a little bit differently here. Prepare for Happy Fall. Abby Heppy is not on this. I'm sorry. Your sign was... what we're going to do is different this time. Somebody held up a sign in the back. As you will quickly find out, I don't care if you can't see what I talk about. What I want you guys to do is, you know, you're used to the Q&A at the end of the show and everything else, and you gotta, oh, what happens? Is the Wii U the next GameCube? No. What I want you guys to do right now is line up for the mic only if you want to be part of the show and be the 5th guest and chime in on the topics we are talking about. I will, of course, call to you, point to you. You will get to talk about whatever we end up talking about. So go ahead and line up at your leisure. Jared, this is your first time on the GameOverGreggy show. First time probably ever hearing it. Probably regretting every decision to be a part of it.
I've actually never seen it, so...
It's fine, don't worry. Not many people have. Yeah. Pretty much the same 10,000 people every week see it. Anyways, you lead us off. What's your topic?
Topic is going to be favorite curse word. I'm going for a classic.
Favorite curse word. Fuck.
Let's keep racism out, though, Tim. Yeah. Both Tims keep, and well, mostly you, Greg.
Yeah, what?
But keep the racism out of this one.
Oh, keep the racism out of it this time. Okay.
Damn.
Sorry.
that's exactly where you were gonna go.
I was gonna go with fuck.
Yeah.
I really like fuck. It works in a lot of ways.
It's colorful.
Yeah, it's colorful. It's good because like it really describes what it is, but it can also be a happy thing, and I like that about it.
It can be happy. What's your when's the you think back? What's your most proud use of the word fuck? That's appropriate to tell other people.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about appropriate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of inappropriate ones.
Sure.
I'll come back to it. I need to think about that.
Okay, fine. Yeah, well, this is the thing. We drop the thing. I'll jump off with this one. Douchebag. I'm a big fan of douchebag. And I like that douchebag, Tim, can be... Tim, I'm sorry, the psychonaut, can be used in a number... It can be, oh, my friend, oh, that guy's a douchebag, blah, 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 this, that, and that. And I don't think douchebag has the negative connotation it has, like scumbag. You remember last week on the GameOverGreggy show, I told Nick Scarpino he was a scumbag, and he got really mad. And I meant it in a good way, but if I said he's a douchebag, you'd be like, yeah, bro.
You would have liked that?
I don't know.
Douchebag is useful. It's sanitary, right?
Here's my douchebag story, though. That I've fallen in love with the douchebag over time. But I remember distinctly, I originally heard it on an old Comedy Central show called The Vacant Lot, which was like just random sketch comedy. It was on in the middle of the afternoons, and I would watch it. And one day in our house, I'm an only child, me and my mom were having a fake argument, and I called her a douchebag. And literally the color drained from her face, the air left the room, there was no comedy left, and I immediately said, I don't know what that means. And it was too fucking late. I was sent to my room, and like later on my dad came in, he's like, seriously, do you know what this is? And I'm like, no. And he's like, you don't want to know. You don't want to know what it is. Just go apologize. But like, it was like that, you know, there's few times in my life where I'm like, fuck, this is really bad and there's nothing I can do. And I didn't want to say it was because of the vacant lot, because then you get in the whole thing, well, you can't watch cable TV anymore, this, that, the other. And fuck you, Mom, I'm going to watch what I want to watch. I just got to learn, they got to describe to me when words are bad. Tim Schaefer, what do you got?
I'm running down the whole list of old George Carlin swear words.
Right.
You took, like, shit-face, cocksuck, motherfucking tits.
One George Carlin fan in the audience.
Yeah. Thanks, old people. Let's see. You already said that one. And there's other, I don't know that many. There's so many.
You don't curse that much.
I was raised not to swear.
Yeah.
You already said fuck.
Yeah.
So there's cock.
Cock?
Which I like to say because, as you know what, no, I thought you were going to say, I've heard that you love. Anyway. It makes you sound a little bit English when you're swearing and you call someone that. You sound like
you cock?
It sounds like you watch Trainspotting too much.
Have you ever been called a cock? I don't think anyone's ever been like, dude, you're a cock.
I feel like kind of insulted that I was never, now that you bring that up, it's true. I would like to be called. It's better than being called a douchebag, I think.
You think so? No way. Maybe. It all depends on who's saying it and the context they're saying it in.
Like if you're a farmer.
Yeah.
They're calling you like a proud male chicken.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You're annoying. You wake me up in the morning early with your screaming, you cock.
Jared, do you call your unit a cock?
I've been called a cock a lot.
Yeah.
Mostly by my developers, but still. I think my favorite one is a mix. It's shit fucker.
Oh.
Because that's like if you're a shit fucker, you're like you can't do anything after that.
That's infinity plus one. It's just over.
Nope, you're done. Goat fucker. Well, goats.
Yes.
I'd still do it.
That's actually the sequel to Goat Sim, I hear.
It's the Goat
DLC.
Stimulator.
It's a DLC. Yeah.
Let Tim host indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Tim, do you call your penis a cock?
No. There are people I know that do, and they go cock.
Yeah?
Alexis Kazambalidis.
She calls her penis a cock?
No, she calls my penis a cock.
Oh.
This sounds a lot. Now that I say that, it sounds different, but yeah.
I don't call my penis a cock. I think that implies too much confidence in the penis.
I think it does too. Yeah.
That's like what they use in like pornos, right? Like, oh, my cock's so hard.
I don't know if I qualify.
Do you have a good fuck story yet?
I do got a good fuck
All right,
story.
here we
I
go.
don't know if it's good, but my
story.
favorite use of fuck is my first use of fuck is playing Super Mario Bros. And losing constantly, and it's fuck. And I remember my mom got really mad at me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, sorry, I got to play the other Mario games. And I continued for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I had something similar. I remember when I was playing something on the N64, and my mom came down to the basement stairs just to say, shit. She's like, what did you say? I'm like, nothing. She's like, damn right you didn't say anything. Take those games away. And then she like walked upstairs with the laundry all mad.
The F word was kind of ruined for me because I didn't know what it was, but I called my brother, but I spelled it. Because I said, you F-U-C-K-E-R, like that. It was the meanest thing I could think of saying. And then he told my mom, and my mom immediately pulled me in the bathroom. She was like, do you know what that word means? And then she proceeded to tell me.
What?
Yeah, and she was a nurse, so she used just medical language. Penis, vagina, she just spelled, and it really took a lot of the steam out of that word.
It's no wonder you didn't say it. You didn't curse more growing up.
I just spell them all now from now.
See, one for me was, I remember, we grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, but the like unincorporated part, so it's kind of like Wild West. There's no sidewalks. And the neighbors across the street were douchebags in the bad sense of the word. And I remember one time my dad opened the front door and yelled something, you SOB. And I thought he was spelling it out for me to keep me from knowing it.
So you call people sobs?
Exactly. So like one day I was just like, blah, 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 sob. My parents were like, what? No.
They just thought you were being an ironic hipster. Yeah. Oh, sob.
I was spelling out words before they were cool.
What do you guys think of the word shit?
It's the fifth panelist.
It's very
The
flexible.
fifth panelist has stepped up. What's your name, sir?
I'm TJ.
Hey, TJ. What do we think of the word shit?
It's very flexible. It can be used as a verb, a noun, like adjective, shitty.
True.
Ooh, I like that. See, the thing about shit is it's in the middle of damn and fuck. So it's like, it's kind of shitty of a curse word. It's just super okay, you know?
Yeah, you're not happy, but you're not like super unhappy about it.
Yeah.
This is shitty. Oh, I mean, when you say shit, I still say things are shitty. Don't get me wrong, but like when you just say right there, shit, I think of poop. Like I think of the excrement that comes out of me.
Well, that's why it's so great. It can be used in many different ways.
I don't like talking about poop that much, though.
Shit is like using Mario in Mario Kart, where it's just kind of like you're not going too fast. You know, you don't have too much power. You're just there.
It sure is, Tim. It sure is. Oh my good lord. Is that your favorite curse word?
I would say so, yeah.
Go toe? Oh, go toad. Now it's a Mario Kart panel. Anyways, I'm excited for Mario Kart 8. Right?
Too bad it's not here.
What? Yeah, it's not here. Yes. Nintendo has to make decisions. That's why they can go and, I don't know.
Let's not even start.
I like how you have your standards, though, about swear words. You're like, yeah, fuck, kick, cock. Oh, shit, no. I don't want to talk about poop. I'm a classy guy.
It's, like we all know that Damon Hatfield doesn't like the word poop. This is something you know well, Psychonaut. My thing with poop is that I always feel like my body is milliseconds away from being like,
Pooping?
You gotta go shit. Stop this panel and go. We did a Game Scoop a couple weeks ago, and I was cutting it close. Like we were mid-conversation with Justin Davis, and I'm like, motherfucker, all right.
So you don't want anyone to say the word because you think your body might take it as a command.
I will not. When I was in college, my big fear was that we'd go out to a party or go out to a bar or whatever, and I'd have to take a shit. And I thought about it so much, my body started willing itself to shit at these places.
You did just use shit twice, so.
What?
You did just use shit twice, so.
Right, but I'm talking about
He doesn't enjoy
shit.
it.
I'm talking about this is my boogeyman.
I'm sorry, I'm just
like as a kid even, I remember we'd eat at Cock Robin, which is a real restaurant, or was in Wheaton, Illinois. And like I'd be terrified on the ride home that I'd have to take a shit.
We're really confronting your demons, your personal shadow.
Yeah, I got nothing to hide anymore, Tim Schaefer.
Have you noticed that at PAX, which is where we are, PAX, that you'll go into the men's bathroom has a line, and you'll be standing there for a long time, and then someone will be like, oh, all the urinals are open. This is the pooping line.
Yeah.
We all want to poop. I think I always assume that'll cause a huge rush on the urinals, but just one guy will go. There's like a huge. I mean, who poops at PAX? What? A lot of people poop at PAX.
Thank you. I haven't pooped at this PAX, but I do know that when I have to poop, motherfucker, I'm pooping.
If
you might have.
If you
like
eat this food, you're gonna definitely poop.
Yeah.
That's like they should just have white paste so we don't have to poop here, and it just clogs us up till we get back to the hotel.
Right. But no, yeah. Can you hold a poop for a long time?
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, as long as an adult can hold a poop.
No.
Let's hear. What's the longest poop you've ever held? Lengthwise, time-wise.
So are you talking about like the time it takes?
Yeah, he's talking about how long, have you held a poop inside you?
Are you talking about time-wise, but it came out wrong?
You follow him on Twitter. He tweets that shit all the time.
6 inches. No.
I can't do it. Like I have windows. Like maybe I'm just thinking of the ones where it's like we gotta go. And that's most. I eat so much chicken wings. That is most poop. Like it's time. It's go time. But back to long poops, like physically long. Once in college, we had to go get a stick from the front yard to break up one of my friend's poops. So that was gross.
Is this what you guys always talk about on this show?
No, sometimes. I don't think we've gone this long, but you see how it goes. Thank you, TJ, for contributing. TJ, you can now come up front. We have a flurry of fabulous prizes for you. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that the GameOverGreggy PlayStation 4 light bar stickers are making their way around the crowd right now. They are a gift from flamingtoast.com. Go there, get your PlayStation 4 light bar stickers. But up here, we have a whole bunch of stuff. You get to take one when you are part of the conversation. Take one thing. Oh, yeah, he figured that out. Nice. We have, TJ's picking right now, the Panda Musk painting of me, Colin, Tim, and Nick. Show it to the crowd. Of us as the Ghostbusters from the end of Ghostbusters 2. Portillo is in the center of it. We also have, these are all gifts from Pandamus pretty much. I'll start at the other side that isn't. Jared over here brought Daylight t-shirts and Daylight Steam codes for you to get a copy of the game. Some of the t-shirts have the Steam codes in there. When those are gone, there are more Steam codes up there for you to grab. Then coming down is the Ghostbuster shirt. Then is a strictly Portillo shirt that Panda Musk painted. Everybody loves my dog. Then next to that is the cover of Ryan Clemence's book that Panda Musk painted, a print of that. That's signed. The Ghostbusters painting is next to that. That is also signed. And then your Let Tim Host shirts.
There's also Don't Let Tim Host shirts. If you're into that.
Take the Don't Let Tim Host shirts and burn them as a vine and send it to Naomi. I don't know.
Yeah, send it to Naomi. Tell her to send it to Mike Oransky.
All right, cool. Tim the Pure One.
Yes.
What's your topic?
My topic today is what are 3 things that defined your childhood?
3? Porn. Who shouted that out? You're still a child! How old are you?
I want
16?
you to get a shirt right now, because you're the poop dude and the porn dude, and I like that.
He's a poops. He poops at PAX.
I want him to get a shirt, and then I want him to talk real quick. Right. You're not losing your spot or anything. He is taking, he's taking the Let Tim Host shirt. Okay.
His shirt's tucked in too, man.
So now come here and you get to start. Oh, what, you took two
That guy is 47. He knows what he's doing.
I got that Benjamin Button disease. I'm getting younger. Oh, let me tell you, World War II. No, you get to go now. So you said porn. I want to know the other 2 things. I don't know why I threw up 3. 2. Fucking go to the mic. You keep going. Go to the goddamn microphone.
You tell people to line up, and then you call someone else from the audience and send them to the mic.
You've taken too long. What defined this panel for you?
I'm so sorry.
No, he's still we have plenty of time for everybody to chime in.
No, both of us. Both of us. Let's talk about porn.
What are you doing? What, you're still... Now you guys are having your own podcast on that mic. All right, we know porn...
Yes.
What's your name?
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
You having a good PAX?
I am.
This is a lovely ensemble you're wearing. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
All right, what are the other 2 things other than porn that defined your childhood?
Pooping.
That is now.
Wow.
What is defining your childhood right now? Do you still feel like a child at 16?
I mean, I look like a child.
Don't worry about that.
I guess, yeah, I kind of feel like a child.
Okay.
Let's see, porn is number 1. They're watching porn. Number 2, I don't know. Probably video games. Just because I sit on my ass and do that and then watch porn. Number 3. I don't know. I don't really know 3. It's mostly just video games. Yeah, food. I'm fat.
Was it?
Food.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, Team Fat. I like him a lot. Whenever you want to move to San Francisco and get paid nothing to be on the GameOverGreggy show full time, you let me know. Things that defined your childhood. What do you got? It's your topic.
Yeah, Nintendo. Definitely.
What was your first Nintendo system?
Super Nintendo.
Youngin.
Wow.
How many games had you made by that point?
Man, our first system, this will be one of my answers because of video games, is the first system that we played when we were at home was the Odyssey 1. Yeah. Do you know what that is?
I couldn't hear over the reverb. What one?
The Odyssey 1.
Oh, the Odyssey. Magnavox.
Yeah, it was like the first one.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We had to crank it on the side to get it going.
If you want, here's my memory of the Magnavox Odyssey, okay? My Greg Miller memory. When I went to the PlayStation 4 event in New York, I went to Time magazine, and they recorded me for the history of video games, like talking about, consoles and everything else.
Brag.
When they emailed me about it, they're like, "Oh yeah, you want to come do this?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not the best person. Like there are better, but I'm the only one in New York. So yeah, I'll come do it." But I'm like, "What do you need me to talk about?" They're like, "Oh, your memories. Don't worry, you don't have to talk about everything." I'm like, "Okay, great," because I was a Sega kid. That's probably where it'll start. And I sat down. And the guy goes, "Tell me about the Magnavox Odyssey." And I'm like, motherfucker. I told you, I know it starts with the Sega goddamn Master System.
It was black and white.
Yeah. And so I'm like Wikipediaing like the one fact I know. And then I'm like, that's it. And he's like, what else? And I'm like, no, we are done now. Because I don't need to be
Odyssey,
I don't need to be on Time magazine. Be like, oh yeah. And then the Pac-Man came to the Odyssey and everybody loved it.
There was no Pac-Man on the
I know,
Odyssey.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to be wrong.
Oh. You're very wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. Please go back to someone was answering the childhood.
This is how it goes. He said Nintendo, and he's super young.
Yeah, Nintendo, Jackass, just in general.
Jackass. Oh, all right.
Because Jackass...
He is young.
I've talked about this before. It's the birth of YouTube. It's
right.
Go out with the camera, do stupid things, and that's exactly what I like doing. And the last thing would just be playgrounds.
Playgrounds?
Yeah. Tetherball, handball,
Aww.
Foursquare.
As a child.
Love it.
That
Exactly.
The 3 things that defined your childhood, and one of them is playgrounds.
Yes. That's where you meet all your buddies, and you meet them, then you get a camera, then you do dumb things, then you keep doing it, and then eventually you work at a video game company and talk about Nintendo.
He's just being honest. Most kids like playgrounds, but they don't wear a T-shirt that says like playgrounds. Fucking love playgrounds. But they do all love it. Let's face it.
Okay. Jerry, what do you got?
Easily video games. That's probably going to be the common one.
It's everybody up here.
Video games. I think we can't say video games and porn. Because that's the first 2. That's what everyone's going to say.
Well, you can tell me more.
The fact that you didn't say porn, you're a fucking liar.
Well, there was porn on the playground.
There was porn on the playground.
The little porn cards, remember?
Oh, right, the porn cards. That
for you youngins that grew up with the internet, old people like Tim and I, and pretty much Greg, we had to go and find our porn. We had to forage, go in cul-de-sacs and explore outside. That's why we actually went outside, was to find porn. That's why a lot of you are inside all the time, because you don't have to go outside for it anymore. So we're the last great generation, I'm sorry.
We had to forage. We were hunters and gatherers.
We actually did. And then when we had that, we'd had to trade. And we had to go and branch out into other neighborhoods. That's your next video game. This is your next video game, I think.
Porn Quest.
I will make it Porn Quest.
There was a, now
Greg,
we're getting into it. There was
and then we'll have to make it, like Gio will have to make it.
Okay.
There was a field by my house that had a huge, like, giant oak tree with a bunch of blackberry bushes around it. It was impenetrable.
Yeah.
But neighborhood kids had carved this tunnel in it. But you had to crawl through all these thorns and get like shredded in your face. You crawl through it, and if you could get through this maze, you get to the middle where the tree was open, and one of the neighborhood kids had put a Playboy. Before, yeah, and it was just torn apart, and it was like hung up everywhere, and everyone in the neighborhood knew about it. And they'd all like lead each other in there one by one. And that was.
It's time.
That was
It's time for you to become a man, Timmy. Follow me.
And that was the internet.
that was the internet. You're leaving messages and comments for each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, porn definitely.
Yep.
I was a skateboarder. I went outside also. There's a lot of outside stuff, and then of course video games. But I had to. I was a super poor kid, and so I'd have to borrow people's games and trade them my porn stash for those cartridges. And then I was terrible at school, so my mom would always take my games. She didn't know that, if I take his games, he's just gonna get games again. So I would have to like make fortified like strings that were connected to a spoon. So when she was coming down the hall, King, and I was like, oh fuck, have to hide the games. So there's a lot of
not playing games, Mom. I'm just jacking off to all this porn.
Exactly. So there's a lot of that. It was a very complicated childhood, I think.
Yeah.
Porn instead of alt tab, Mom's coming. There you go.
Porn didn't define me.
Really?
I mean, I have porn stories. I remember Mike Boylan stole his older brother's Playboys and brought them to the woods.
Oh, man.
And then we bought them from him because he was an entrepreneur. And then the genius idea we all had was if we tear the covers off and put these in our drawers, our parents will never think they're Playboys.
You think it's Scientific American?
They'll just be like, oh, there's half of a Camel cigarettes ad in here. Nothing out of the ordinary on this child's thing. But like, I didn't go to them often. You know what I mean? I wasn't big on the looking at the porn like this.
But it was because I didn't know what to do with it until I was like in my
Sure.
The fact that this guy's 16, he's already bringing up porn and poop all the time. You are from the future. I had no idea what to do with it. I didn't touch my first boob till like 18, so like it was just kind of like this is the thing that you're supposed to have. It was more of the beginning tool to get video games and comic books and G.I. Joes.
Sure. Yeah. See, the porn the stuff I
bought. It was
bought,
the highest currency. It had the highest trade value.
I was just a dealer, not a user, is what you're saying.
The stuff I had bought, the porns I had bought, I eventually did trade along with a bunch of like Maximum Carnage and games I wasn't playing anymore for a giant stack of comic books that one of my friends was trying to unload. So that was how it went for me. So for me, it's video games. I was a Sega kid growing up. Everybody knows this. Loud and proud, one other Sega kid. That's what I like to hear. Got the Game Gear, got all that stuff. Started with the Master System and Ghostbusters. That's where it began. Ghostbusters got me into it. Ghostbusters being the other thing that defined my life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because growing up, Tim, that's what I was all about. I'd wear the jumpsuit all the time, wear it out to pizza, do whatever. I was in that thing nonstop. And this is before you could just buy your child a jumpsuit. My mom had to sit there and sew it, and then I'd cry because she put Egon on it instead of Spangler. I'm like, it's not movie accurate. And she's like, I don't know what the fuck that means. So then, and then the third one.
You douchebag.
Third one for sure is comic books. You know, I always talk about the fact that, like, you know, I was in love with DC Comics before I knew really, you know, there's one really good comic company, one that's shit. And, you know, so I'm in love with them, and, like, you know, I'm hooked on Superman, and I think you can trace most of my life decisions back to Superman and the fact that I always wanted to wear glasses, these black rim glasses. When I finally went to get glasses, I remember my dad had to take me and my mom was working, and then she somehow finagled a break to come, and she walked in and she's like, I know I had to be here because if I didn't, you guys would get Revenge of the Nerds glasses. Because she knew what I wanted even then. And then I went to get the journalism degree. Now you might say, you're really out of shape and fat, and Superman isn't. But remember, Superman doesn't have to work out. It just happens. We all remember the canon that was the Adventures of Superman, Lois and Clark. He just had cupboards filled with, you know, cookies. He just ate cookies all the time. So he's team fat too.
Oh, man, I never even thought about that.
Thank you.
It's so easy for him.
I know, right? Dick.
And if he wanted to be fat, he could probably do that too, because he's Superman. He could be just like, ugh. He has a choice. I think that's one of his powers. I don't think that's covered. As a disguise.
That's like one of those Superman 4 powers. There's like, he can rebuild shit with his eyes and he can get fat on command. Hey, we got leftover decals. Awesome. So when you want them, if you want them, go. You in the red shirt, what defined your childhood? Thank you very much, Porn
pooper.
Porn pooper.
I'm going to change my swear word to porn pooper.
Porn pooper?
It's good.
So to be honest,
what's your name?
Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
Hi. I used to travel to San Diego. That was my big vacation every year before I moved there. And Comic-Con every year. I lived in Texas and it's deep south. You guys probably know how crazy it is down there. But when I went to Comic-Con, that was like my big release every year. And starting going at such a young age, I was able to like, yeah, I'm cool. And this is like older Comic-Con where it's still
just comics.
You can walk into Hall H, have fun. And just kind of that whole experience being around people like me was just, yeah, a really defining moment. And on the flip side of that, probably just living in Texas. Some of the weird nuances, the y'alls, the howdies, they just really build character in a man, in a kid.
Yeah. Do you still go to Comic-Con?
Oh, yeah, every year.
Do you still like it?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if there's like two sides of old school Comic-Con fans, right? Of like, oh, they fucking sold out. And then there's you.
It's fun. It's like a job now, you know. You probably know. You got to plan for everything kind of long out. But
yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Fun.
All right. Whatever. All right. Is that what? So that's it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then go get something from the prize table. Thanks for playing. Good sir in the Walking Dead hat. What 3 things define your childhood?
Well, I'd say music was one of the big things for me.
Music.
My mom was she was a great singer, you know, just, you know, in the house. So she always pushed that for my family. So my mom, my sister, and I, we always, you know, like just mess with music. And I've tried out all different kinds. So like when I was a kid, I loved R&B and soul. And now, you know, like I like Rat Pack stuff. So the evolution of my music is interesting.
Sure. I know nothing about music. I had no influences on that. I'm not good at it.
Music's number 4 for me.
Oh.
Number 4 for you.
Yeah.
So you have this planned out like I have my favorite foods planned out. You have okay.
Playgrounds is right above hip-hop.
Wow, that's hard to believe. That's right above hip hop because see the thing is that you still talk about music all the time, and I never hear you talk about playgrounds.
Oh man, I'm doing it wrong.
I guess it would be weird if Tim, the pure one, was just like popping around.
Would it be?
Going on the monkey
Hey, you guys
bars.
seen that new playground that went up? A lot of kids there. They got a bench. You can just sit and watch.
Yeah.
It's not creepy.
You grew up in a white van. Oh, you drive up in a white van. Well, all right. Incriminating stuff.
I found it interesting. You guys were talking about, you know, like porn really being the thing, but for me, it was girls. You know, instead, it wasn't about
What?
It wasn't about like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are those?
I mean, like I really wanted to date somebody. I always wanted to have a girlfriend. When I was like 10, I was dating, and you know, and
I just really wanted to just treat somebody with respect since that time I was 8. I'm just that kind of guy. I just wanted everyone here to know that I'm that kind of guy. That's
I just
what I'm
wanted to
saying.
get to that point in my life where we could get remortgage the house and really put the kids through college.
I just did that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
But that actually defined me, and that, as a child, that was a big thing for me. And now, like, I'm happily married to my wife, and it's something that.
See? Pay attention, porn pooper. Turn your life around.
Talk to him. Talk to him about how he did it.
That's what grown-ups do.
Proud to have that kind. That's my son.
Get into some music.
And then finally, beards. My family, Irish Catholic family, grew up with a lot of double chins. So they were like,
yeah, team fat.
Yeah, you grow the facial hair, and you don't see it. See, like, I don't have a neck. For those of you can see, I don't have a neck, but I have a beard, and it separates your face from your neck. And I always loved my father with a beard. You know, my grandfather had a beard, and it was just something. As soon as I can grow facial hair, I did, and it's just something that I've always.
I just have no jaw.
It's just
bottom
like no
lip goes to the back of my neck. That's why I have to have this.
So music, girls, and beards.
Yeah.
Here's my question: as the only person on this panel without a beard, are beards bigger than ever?
Oh, I was thinking about absolutely. Yeah, like everyone seems to be growing beards now. I blame Tim. I grew mine because of Tim.
Because of me. Oh, that's quite a responsibility, but I've been shaving mine. I realized I should let it express itself in its fullest form. After looking at that, because it would protect against a direct blow to the neck from a really dull sword.
Why do you grow a beard, Tim?
Because I don't want to blow the secret, but underneath the beard, I'm slightly fat. So
team fat.
It's when you have a beard, no one can tell at all.
Yeah,
it's completely hidden.
You take off your shirt, and they're like, "Oh, I got here under false pretense."
No, I'm growing a beard down there too.
Oh, good, yeah. I have quite the sweater going on.
Yeah, I got little beards on my arms right here.
Yeah, body beard.
And on the knuckles of my toes, little beards.
All right, you're hiding everything.
I'm practically invisible.
Tim Gettys.
Yes.
You're the pure one, and you're not fat at all. Why do you grow a beard?
He is fat.
I'm fat on the inside.
Super fat.
Oh my God! The beards work.
I like beards. I don't know. I like facial hair. I'm not the biggest fan of beards.
Sure.
I like this guy's. Yours is okay.
Big fan of what?
He's a big fan of facial hair, not
I
necessarily.
want to see Greg with a beard.
Team beard.
People already accuse me of losing weight, so I feel like if I put the beard on, people would be like, "You can't say team fat anymore," and I'm trying to get that trending. So I can't.
Well, just because you're not fat yourself doesn't mean you don't love fat.
Yeah.
And support it.
Sure.
No matter whose body it's on.
Right. I definitely feel that way.
And you can still hate skinny people, even if you are one.
Well, trust me, I hate a lot of people for a lot of reasons. Speaking of Team Fat members, I tweeted this, but I always forget to retweet it or talk about it again. districtlines.com/GameOverGreggy now has Team Fat sizes for all the GameOverGreggy shirts. Nice. If you're a normal size person, there's some shirts for you too, normies. Yeah, I tried to grow a beard a while back. A while back being years and years ago when Damon and I still worked with Ryan Gettys, and I walked by his desk one time and he had this photo of of him and his wife, and I said, "How long had you been growing this beard? Because you look like a POW that was just released." Like it was black and white, and he had this and he's like, "Oh no, 2 weeks." So I was like, "That's a pussy beard." And he's like, "Let's see you do better." And I grew it, and it was terrible. And there's one photo.
All on one side.
Yeah, there's one photo of it on the internet. If you were to Google Greg Miller and knocking boots, but probably hitting on hoes would help out better. There's one image for a podcast we did that has this terrible, disgusting beard that did not work. And so I haven't gone back, but I've noticed since then, if I let it go longer and then shave it, it seems to come in fuller. But I have a hit show to host every week.
I don't know about the science there. I don't know if you're...
Is that not how it works?
Is that how it works?
I don't know.
You have to put little weights on it and pull it out.
Oh, okay.
I attach little weights as I sleep, and they just pull it out.
Tim, what defined your childhood other than them finding fire and making rocks?
And yeah, I talked about really old video games,
Yeah.
which I witnessed. Because they didn't even have graphics. You put the graphics on the screen with a little plastic sheet. It sounds like I'm kidding, but the whole system was all just Pong paddles, and then you put the haunted house or the racetrack or the submarine field or whatever on the little static clean screens, plastic. Yeah. You're like, yeah. All games are like that. No, that was really old. And then we didn't have a lot of porn around our house, although I did, as a kind of a crossover with porn and comic books, I did find my older brother's underground comic collection, which he had hidden behind this like secret panel in his like bookshelf, and it was this comic called Slow Death. You heard of Slow Death? It's like it's kind of a like Freak Brothers era, like underground comics, like really just not so. My first exposure to that kind of stuff wasn't just dirty, but it was also really like fucked up and demented and LSD trippy. So that didn't really. Also, I like model trains.
Model trains. All right.
I'm trying to recover from the twisted porn. I really like trains. There's a place in my my hometown I grew up. It's called Sonoma. There was a Sonoma. It's also the name of a truck. So there's a place called Train Town. It was the 5th largest scale model train that you could ride in the country. I was very proud of that.
Okay.
I see Thomas the Train, huge inspiration to me. I loved that so much. And Train Town, I loved. That was the best place. That train was the best.
What the fuck does that mean?
You could ride on the trains.
Thomas the Train, a huge inspiration to me. What does that mean?
Keep going up those hills.
That's why you're here?
He never gives up. He's always polite.
He's number 1. He's blue. I like blue.
All right. I guess that sums it up. Thank you. Come get your stuff up here. My topic. Is anybody cosplaying here right now? Stand up.
That is awesome. We got a Pokemon trainer in the house.
Got a Deadpool up front. You are both doing it very correctly. Oh, sorry, over here too. And a Hotline Miami for the win up front. Everyone here is doing it correctly. I always go to these cons and I always say, man, I'd love to cosplay as somebody. But then I remember Team Fat. And outside of Zeke and Infamous, not many characters rocking the Team Fat look. So my question for the panel, and then the next few of you, if you could cosplay as anybody, and like you're for some reason Superman 4, Superman power, you can look like however you want to look, who would it be and why?
Don't start with me.
Okay.
Now you confused me with
I'll
that
go
whole...
with myself. I think if I really wanted to, and I don't, but if I wanted to, I could whip my body, torso into shape. And I would look like Ben Affleck, and not Batfleck. What was the Hollywood Land when he played, George Reeves, and he was Superman there? And I think I'd have that kind of cut for Superman, and I think that kind of cut for Superman would be perfect for Kingdom Come Superman. So if I could quit IGN and just work out for a bit, I would do that. But even that said, that's on the back burner. I would love to be a Spider-Man. Spider-Man is an awesome costume to walk around and be in, right? And I wouldn't get bothered by anybody, and I'd have masks on, and you wouldn't know who I was, and I could save people.
And you could bend your fingers in that crazy way that only he could bend his
I've been
fingers.
practicing my whole life. Ask Tim. Sometimes I walk around IGN and I web people.
He does that.
A lot of people don't know how to react and talk to HR. Which Spider-Man? I'd probably go classic. I want the big old, on the back, I want the big round spider with the little legs coming off. None of this movie shit.
Do you want the armpit webs?
No, I don't need the armpit webs.
I'm a supporter of the armpit webs.
You're a supporter of the armpit webs. Why?
They're good.
Yeah?
They add character. He's a Spider-Man. Come on.
But like when spiders jump, they don't have that. Spiders don't move.
They're also
and have
not red or blue. Doesn't matter.
Some of them are.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, I win that one.
Yeah.
What do you got, Tim? Who would you want to cosplay as?
I'm taking this in a different direction.
Oh shit.
This might get weird for a second, but trust
Who would have
me,
thought with a Tim topic?
it has a good ending. So when I was 6 years old, there was a show on Nickelodeon called Space Cases, and I really liked it. And there was an actor in it that's the Black Ranger from Power Rangers. Was also in the show. And Zach, yeah. And so he is African American. And when I was 6, my mom was like, "What do you want to be for Halloween?" And I wanted to be the guy from Space Cases. So keep in mind, this isn't the Black Power Ranger. This is a black guy. And up until that point in my life, my mom raised me correctly, just that there's no difference with people, like, respect everybody. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And I'll never forget. I was like, oh yeah, I want to be this for Halloween. And like, she was trying to explain to me why I couldn't. And it didn't make any sense to me. So I want to be him. I would change my body to be him. Walter Jones.
So, when this came up for discussion with your mother,
yeah,
did you present the idea of blackface, or were you happy with just the outfit?
I mean, I just wanted the outfit.
You just wanted the outfit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I ended up doing it. I ended up doing just the outfit.
You did do it.
Yeah.
Did people get it?
Definitely not.
Okay. Was anyone offended?
No. I don't. We were too young to be offended.
I don't think that's offensive, right?
It shouldn't be.
It's just you don't look anything like the person you're cosplaying as.
Not at all.
Yeah. But nowadays, the thing with the cosplay you see here, especially, right? People take characters and then put their own twist on it. And you get it. You see somebody walking up who's like,
yeah, and you're like,
a steampunk Spider-Man.
But then again, I don't think anyone would be like, oh, dude, space cases.
Sure.
Like, regardless of who I was on the show.
That's one of the keys to cosplay, right? Is that you want to be immediately recognizable and have something cool. Like,
no, some people like explaining it. Oh, I'm a really obscure character from this show you don't know about. It's hipster cosplay.
Oh, so like me right now, I'm like, oh, I'm Colin Moriarty from the GameOverGreggy show. Like, I forgot I had something to say. Oh, yesterday, I was coming in to PAX, right? And we're in the cab pulling up, and I see Octodad walking by. And I'm like, oh, I've seen so many great Reddit posts of like photos of Octodad, and then the caption is, I don't know why people care about this ordinary guy. And I'm like, I want a cosplay photo with him, and it'll just be like, oh, look at me with this normal dude. Because he and Octodad, you're trying to pretend. Okay, go. And so I get out of the cab, and I run up, and I'm like, Octodad, can I get a picture with you? And he goes, no. And I was so taken aback, and I'm not proud of this. I immediately go, oh, well, fuck you. and then like I couldn't turn it off. I was already down the hill. I'm like, why do you show up to a show and not want to? Why aren't you sharing your gift with the world? Like, you have a great eye. And I just fling my arms.
We had to like grab him by the shirt. We're like, great, no, come on, man.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
You just follow cosplayers around and abuse them at the show.
Well, it's like...
But seriously, why didn't he want to take a picture of you?
I don't know. And see, I remember the movement from a few shows ago, the whole cosplay does not equal consent thing, right? And at Comic-Con, we talked to a few of the female cosplayers about it, right? That like, don't say anything lewd to us, don't just run up and take a photo.
Did you leave out the part where you said something really lewd?
Well, that's what... No, I didn't say anything lewd.
You went up and you goosed him, he's like, can I take a picture
Whatever,
with you?
Octodad, use those tentacles on me later, and just walk away. No.
Can we take a picture in my hotel room?
But that was the whole thing, is I didn't want to run up on him and take the photo. I wanted to ask. I just never expected him to say no. Like, why?
No, I've never expected him to say no.
That sounds bad. But I stopped myself, so I showed restraint. Like, getting out of this. Was that it? So space cases?
What?
That's your.
Oh yeah, space cases.
All right, Jared. You already have the Medal of Honor guy ready to go.
Thanks. I would say since I can change my body, I would be Claptrap.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Because the thing about that is, then I could be the biggest dick, and people would be like, oh, fuck it.
This guy's
he's
nailing
in character,
Claptrap, man.
and it's great, and I'd be flipping up girls' dresses, and I'd be like, oh, I'm just a robot, you know? And like,
the line might be the sexual harassment.
I'm in the games industry. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
If you read enough horrible E3 stories, yep. Yeah.
That's why my wife beats the shit out of me whenever I go to parties. So
it's not your fault.
No, actually, ask her to do it.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
I'm just a robot.
I keep coming up with ideas for other Tim. Like there's Thomas the Tank Engine. You could come with.
Do you only subscribe to the one train, or would you go to any train?
Would you?
Wait, what?
You saying asking if you pull the whole train? Is what you're saying?
What?
Are you talking about Train Town? Train Town?
No, you.
I was suggesting you could cosplay as Thomas the Tank.
Oh yeah. I'd be the best Thomas.
Yeah.
Have you seen the creepy thing making the rounds right now of what a person would look like inside of Thomas?
No, I didn't see that.
It basically,
like crawling around on all fours with his face out?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Hold on, my ass is going.
Oh, jeez.
So the basic thing is this. This would be Thomas the Tank Engine going around face out the thing. And it's creepy because they draw it like, as a diagram like you get from IKEA with like the outline of Thomas the Tank Engine, and then they put the person in it, and it does not look good because the person they draw is like naked. You're like, ugh.
I'm gonna tweet that out right now. Another idea for Tim for cosplays, you could go as a jungle gym. You could hide out on playgrounds.
I was gonna say that's not a cosplay
and all the kids
trap.
would climb on me. Yeah. I'm trying to think of something really small or really big. There's a tall man.
But you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. Who do you want to honor?
Oh, honor? Who do I want to honor?
Ren? Want to be Ren?
You talking about Ren and
from your game, Costume Quest, that I love?
Oh, Ren. That's nice.
Cheap plug for Costume Quest 2 coming out this year?
Dude. Yeah, I didn't expect you to throw. Oh, that's because you made that happen. Also, make Costume Quest 2 happen.
No big deal.
No big deal. You just are like a kingmaker. It's really tall. See, all my best ideas are for creepy things for Tim to be.
All right. Give me one more creepy thing for Tim to be. Shipwreck. Oh, from G.I. Joe, Shipwreck? Nope, he doesn't like that one.
Transformers, no G.I. Joe.
Very discriminating.
He is. He's a discriminating kind of guy.
Is that tall guy from Phantasm? I've always wanted to be that guy. You know the tall man?
From Phantasm?
Phantasm, remember Phantasm?
From Batman, Mask of the Phantasm?
No, Phantasm with
Spoilers,
a silver
Phantasm
ball.
was a girl.
Silver ball that flies down the hallway of the mausoleum, sticks you in the forehead. I am old. Come on. You've seen that movie.
I've seen it, so you're not crazy, but yeah,
super creepy and tall.
It's dating you pretty good.
Yeah. It's just Phantasm.
Sir in the red sweatshirt. Oh. Who would you want to cosplay as if you could do anything? Sorry, we were boring you. You're like, fucking shit.
He goes off right there. He's like,
I feel like someone's gonna say furry, but I would like to be a heavy.
An alien?
Huh?
You'd like to be an alien?
No, heavy.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Thank you, sorry. Some nerdy PC games. All right, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
Go get something.
Yeah.
Nice shirt there, Alex O'Neill. Where'd you get it?
districtlines.com/GameOverGreggy.
Yeah.
Why do you say it like I just let you out of the dungeon?
You only let me come out for these.
Everybody, this is Alex. You know him from Irrational Passions. It's his podcast, his website. What would you cosplay as if you could be anything?
I kept coming back to it. It's a weird one, but yeah, Greg Miller, definitely Greg Miller.
You don't want this.
I would really want to be Samus Aran, and if the costume was perfect, no one would have to know I wasn't a girl. So I could totally.
No, but see,
wing
you
it.
could be under these rules.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah, Samus Aran is she's a complete badass, and she looks so awesome. That costume would be amazing too. So,
all right,
that'd be my go-to.
I want to see you as Zero Suit.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Is that? Do we not see many Samuses? Or many? I'm sorry. Do not see many Samuses that are men. I see a lot of Zero Suit Samuses, and that's okay. But I was wondering if anybody's ever just in the suit, visor up. Remember me?
I had a quick question, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. It's off-topic kind of show.
You have to get one removed. One of these two options. Do you get your nipples removed or your belly button?
What was the last one?
Belly button.
Belly button.
Who needs a belly button?
Oh, yeah.
Belly button.
Okay. That's what I would say too. I'm just making sure.
Good.
It sounds like something like you'd ask her in a torture situation. That's a horrible thing. How do you remove the belly button or do you just fill it in?
We got rubber cement
With
in this
caulking
cardboard,
fluid.
and we're gonna paste over it permanently.
They're both weak points. You got to get rid of both of them at some point.
Okay.
And you'll never have to wash it out in the shower again.
That's the weird. I've been, wearing shirts here at PAX East, and I'll get home and I'll be like, yesterday I was wearing this white shirt underneath my, button down, and then I had this white lint in there a little bit, but the day before,
Like a teddy bear.
yeah, the day before I wore a black shirt over it, and then I had all this black lint in there. I'm just like, what is going on?
The lint from the shirt's going in your belly button.
I know, but like,
what's going on?
pull out the Atari. I'm like, ah! I don't understand how that happens. I need to watch the
The
documentary.
fibers in the shirt come loose.
But I don't understand how it's drawn and pulled in. Why is there a gravitational pull in my belly button?
Because you have an innie.
Yeah, I do have an. I have
And you're
a big
always
innie.
doing those like mini crunches to build up your core when you're at the desk, right? You're always, I can see you doing them right now. You're doing.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Good random questions.
Right. Let Tim host.
No, we're not going to let him host. Sir, if you could cosplay as anybody. Well, first off, what's your name?
Christos?
Christoph.
Oh, Christos.
Christos.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the reverb is bad. I'm sorry, everybody.
I would cosplay as the Winter Soldier because I want to see someone do that arm.
Right.
That'd be
Winter
really
Soldier
hard.
would be hot. Yeah. Did you like that movie?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Round of applause. Who thinks that's the best Marvel movie of all time? Go fuck yourself. Avengers is so much better.
No,
Avengers is like one of the best movies of our time.
Yes.
Hail Hydra. It's a better way to do it. Fuck off. We don't speak of Green Lantern. Did everybody up here see Winter Soldier? 6 minutes?
6 minutes.
15. Oh, because the 1 and the 5. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I liked it a lot.
Liked it more than Avengers?
No. Avengers #1.
Okay.
I think it goes Avengers, tiny drop down to Winter Soldier and Iron Man. They're equal, and then a big drop to everything else.
Yeah. Everybody, how do we feel about that ranking? Seems like a good ranking there. Iron Man 3?
It was okay.
I liked Iron Man 3. I like Robert Downey Jr. I gave 0 shits about the Mandarin, so whatever. Do whatever you want with him. Thor should be higher up?
I like Thor 1. Thor 1's pretty good.
Thor's some weak-ass bullshit. Movie falls apart when they're all walking through the town. Here's a normal Earth town, and here's all these guys in plastic that are supposed to be gods. Get out of here with your goddamn gods.
Did you watch the Marvel one-shot, Hail to the King?
No.
You should watch it. It's really good. They fixed Iron Man 3.
They fixed Iron Man 3? Oh, okay. Well, then I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think Iron Man 3 is broken. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
No, I liked it, but I just had a problem with the Mandarin, but they fixed it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Too late. You already said you hate Iron Man 3. I'm going to tell Robert Downey Jr. Then you'll pay. Do you have a cosplay guess you want to do, or do you want to sit on deck for the next thing? No, let's go for the next one. All right. Tim Schaefer, who's so into this panel.
I'm tweeting a picture of your butt.
Ah, Jesus.
It was a pretty nice picture.
How do I hashtag that?
Hashtag that ass. Greg over booty.
What's your topic going to be?
Oh, we're back. We're talking. Okay.
You can keep tweeting while you do it. I'm getting ready to retweet you.
Oh. Team Power Booty. I like Power Booty.
Power Booty isn't bad.
What?
Porn?
Oh, porn.
Porn pooper.
Pooper. I hope not, given the angle of this shot. Okay. Okay.
Someone's mother is going to see that. It's going to be
wait,
hilarious.
Jared, what are you doing? You getting ready? Are you on the retweet deck? Is that what you're doing?
Well, that's what I want to do. Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Tim.
Well,
I know you're like
waiting
70.
for you, Tim,
Learn
for multiple things now.
I got the internet's installed on my phone, and
you give us something to talk about while Tim does
there.
this.
Okay. And almost done.
Oh, is there ass crack in it too?
This is everything. Everything you want is in that picture.
Oh god.
Well, before this panel, I don't know if you know where I was, but you were sitting next to me.
Yeah, we went to the Harmonix Wrestling.
The Rumble, Royal Rumble. Who was there?
We lost.
Wait, if you guys, not everybody was there, so I can show you that
I didn't suck at all.
But I won.
Woo! You didn't win?
Yeah, I won.
Who did you steal that from?
I found it on a chair as we were leaving, but I probably have to give it back.
That's someone's property!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would be your wrestling name, and what would be your special move?
Ooh.
Signature move. I would go for Schaefer the Chafer.
Schaefer the Chafer. All right.
My special move is I go for the thighs.
What the fuck does that mean? You're just gonna grab them? Are we in a standing position and then you drop down?
I burn them on the inside. It's a chafing move.
Oh, the Chafer. They submit. Okay, I like that. You're down there just rubbing furiously between two thighs. Guys, like, I'm out. You can have the belts. I'm done. All right, that's a good one.
I wear corduroys.
Timmy.
Let's go with Optimus Pain.
Optimus Pain.
The Tim would be capitalized. Nothing else would be.
Okay.
And I would come down.
Optimus.
And I would come down like a truck. No, fuck that. I come in a truck.
Do you come down in the Thomas the Tank Engine truck?
Yeah.
How would that
work? I would bring the pain.
Then you just explode out of it. People are horrified.
Yeah. I think I can. Oh, wait, that's not Thomas.
So what's your finisher?
I don't know. I just like... I think I can. I know I can?
I know I can.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
He's trying to help you.
Yeah.
But what's the move?
I'm just like...
You're a train, so you run a train on them? I don't know.
Running trains on them. Yeah, let's go with that.
What do you mean?
I'm not a train. I'm a truck. My manager's the train. Thomas will be my manager. I'm Optimus. No.
So now they're like, and now coming to the ring, Optimus Pain. And it's you coming down in the same truck position and a train next to you coming down. And then you motherfuckers transform when you get to ringside.
The thing is, we never win, so that's why I don't know what our finisher is, yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. As you all know, I did a lot of backyard wrestling growing up. So this is already canon. I'm a 2-time BYWF champion. My name is GameOverGreggy. Thank you, Crush Hour 2, yes. Funny story. So, round of applause if you get a Crush Hour 2 reference he just made. So that we did this video once when I had just started early at IGN, and everybody on IGN videos like, yeah, let's make 20-minute videos. Everybody will watch those. And so me and Bozon went down to WrestleMania one year in our backyard wrestling outfits and interviewed professional wrestlers about us trying to kickstart, or not at the time kickstart, but try to sell THQ on Crush Hour 2. Crush Hour 1, of course, being an abysmal car combat game featuring WWF wrestlers. And so we did all that, but at the end of it, we were also there to cover whatever wrestling game was there, whatever THQ one they were doing. But at the end of it, we actually sit there in the area where they announced the video game, and it's just Bozon and I, and they announced that they're going to do Crush Hour 2. So I stand up and flip the table, and when I flip the table, you can watch it. It's in the final cut they used. The legs swing up and just destroy Bozon's balls. And to this kid's credit, he held it together, did his line, and then collapsed when they said cut. And because there's it's
and he threw up.
Yeah. So yeah, Gruesome Greggy. Greggy Guillotine. The Greggy Guillotine, Tim, I pull you into a fireman's carry, then I kick you out into a Stone Cold Stunner.
So you act like you're helping me out of the ring.
You're never under the...
I'm like, oh, he's carrying me to safety.
This is good.
He's carrying me to safety.
He knows I'm really hurt. The match is going to end. Nope, not how I do it.
And then you kick out which part?
I throw their body out so they come down in the Stone Cold Stunner position.
Ah.
Yeah.
And then the guillotine implies...
Well, that's the guillotine. Their head's getting chopped.
Okay.
I mean, I can't really kill anybody.
Oh, that kind of wrestling. Okay.
There was a time we almost paralyzed one of my friends, though.
Oh, jeez.
Belly-to-belly suplex, and he landed on a coffee can right on his spine.
Oh, my God.
And he laid there for a long time hurt. And then he never really came back to wrestle again. He's a doctor now. Jared.
I would easily be El Guapo. And I would be a luchador.
Yeah.
And my special move would be the beard ride. And somehow my beard does something. I don't know. Let's go for video game style, and a fist comes out of my beard.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, Chuck Norris.
Like the wrestling arcade ones. What do you got? What would yours be?
All right. Shit.
That's a different question. That was a different question. That was the first one.
My name is shit.
Ah, shit.
Oh, shit.
And at the end of every match, I decide I have to shit, leave the ring, and there's a count out, and I lose.
It does in fact involve shit. I would be Chimp Maximus.
Chimp Maximus?
Yes.
Okay.
I would throw shit at them. From the corner of the ring, jump, and just flail on them while still throwing shit at them and pissing on them.
Yeah! I like this guy.
I'm not a wrestling fan at all. So I'm just trying to pull this out of my ass.
I assume that's what's happening.
I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to say.
That's fine. Also, you have a fun story.
I do have a fun story, do I?
On GameScoop, we did GameScoop on Friday night. It was the last panel of the evening. We finished at 11:30. I signed and took photos with folks until I don't know, what, 12 something? After 12. All of a sudden, you come running back, completely winded and freaking out. Why?
I lost my Vita at the GameScoop thing. I ran up because I wanted to talk to you and get a photo. You didn't take one with me. And...
why didn't I take one with you?
Smooth move, Octodad.
He was in an Octodad costume, right?
No, but I ran up and we had to leave. I got to the T and I'm like, oh, shit. And then I ran back.
And you went back and it wasn't there. Nobody had it. You were flipping out. And I told you, good people come to PAX.
They do.
Good people were at that panel. And we tweeted out that you had lost it, included yours, and what happened.
Yes, and the next day, the kid who found it spotted me and chased me down. It took 2 hours apparently, and then he gave it back to me. It's in my bag over there. I'll
PAX is fucking awesome.
PAX
you guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. You're all awesome.
It'd be great if you point over there and somebody's stealing all your shit.
Not you guys. These guys are awesome.
Okay.
Okay, no, you guys are too.
All right, well, come get something from the prize tables. Good job throwing shit at people.
Aw, shit.
What up? What are you doing? You have a picture for us? Well, now you're not on mic. Nobody can hear what you're doing.
No.
What do you mean, no? You're ruining the panel. All these people are like, I can't see the... Oh, it's the hitting on hose photo.
Oh, that's
Look at that. That's what my beard would look like.
That's the worst fake
That's
beard
terrible.
I've ever seen. That,
Drawing in it to like make it better, but
It's really bad.
That's not real.
Some of it is. Like, they put a filter on it.
It's even filtered.
If it's real or fake, it still looks god-awful. Oh, thank you very much.
If you just
Well,
look
I'm
at his
glad.
mouth, he looks like Seth Rogen.
All right, thanks, Tim. Sir, what's your name?
I'm Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
How's it going?
Wrestling, persona, and finishing move.
I think I might go with Jennifer Warrens.
Jennifer Warrens?
Yeah, I would just like really dominate like established, solid wrestlers, but be like really charming and relatable.
Do you just trip and fall as you finish her? Because she keeps doing that.
Have like the belt in one hand, flipping them off the other hand, you know. Take a shot. No. I don't know what my finishing move would be though.
Photobomb.
Yeah.
The Oscar smash.
The Hunger Game.
Just tell Meryl Streep to suck it or something.
Eat 'em.
Yeah, just swallow them whole. All right, come get some stuff. We have 5 minutes remaining. I know, I hate these guys too. They're the worst. No, they're awesome. Thank you so much, Enforcers, for everything you guys do. Here's what I think we should do as we move into this. We should do lightning round. You guys should ask if you have anything else or whatever topics you'd want to bring to the table. But I know I'm not putting you directly on the spot. So if you want to just finish off with professional wrestlers, that's fine.
Well, I don't really watch wrestling, so I didn't.
Fine then. If you want to just stare at us awkwardly while you think of a topic, that's fine as well.
What do you think of playgrounds? Do you like playgrounds?
Y'all want to go to a playground after this?
You guys want to put on some train costumes and go down to the playground? See if anyone wants
my
to,
God! It's
anyone want to
Optimus
ride?
Pain is rolling into the playground.
Why did you guys get into wrestling? Why do you guys both like wrestling, or at least two of you?
Why do we like wrestling?
Yeah, why do you like wrestling so much? I never get what? I never get into wrestling.
Wrestling's fun. Yeah,
I used to watch it because other people watch it, but I didn't understand it.
I mean, for me, right? Like I was into it. Like I think most kids my age were right coming up. I was born in '83, right? So I was coming up right as like wrestling was coming into this huge superhero thing. How many games had you made by then, Tim? And so it was easy to fall in love there, right? But then you drift out because, like I always talk about, the stories were silly and they were good guys versus bad guys. And then the Attitude Era hit when I was in high school, and like everything else in my life, video games brought me back in big time for that, right? The first time somebody handed me WCW NWO Revenge, it was like, holy fucking shit. And you could go in and you could rename everybody. So like I went in and I didn't know anything about WCW, so I renamed all these characters to be whatever I wanted, and I'm running angles in my head. And like you, 16-year-old porn guy. When I was your age, I was still buying and playing with action figures. So like being able to do that in the video game sense and make your own stories, that felt a little bit like a step up. Because I remember the first time I brought my girlfriend to my house, my first girlfriend of all time, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, and I'm showing her around my room, and I'm like, and this is the drawer with the toys in it. And she's like, what now? And I was like, oh, I have not thought this part through. And she's like, what? It's a few, and I open it up, and it's like hundreds of Supermans and stuff, and like.
And you're like, please don't touch them.
I know where all their capes and weapons are. Please don't touch them. And so, I mean, like, I fell out of it, though, in college, and then I started, but the video games are what brought me back, where I, every year for a long time at IGN, I reviewed the games, and then now with the WWE Network, when it was like, it's $10, and you get to watch every old thing ever, I was like, yup, bought, and then WrestleMania, and blah, blah, blah.
But do I need to read like a Wikipedia page? Do I need to like other stories or something? I don't even get what the hell it's happening all the time anyways. Like, how do people get into it?
Oh, how do they get into it now?
Well, I mean, just like to catch up. I mean, is there anything that you have to be backstory? It was like I'm in Game of Thrones season 4.
Wikipedia's the easiest.
Just start.
Just start. Just jump in. Watch one, see if it clicks for you.
It's not exactly Breaking Bad in terms of story.
It is definitely not Breaking Bad. Tim, anything to add? Anybody else about wrestling?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it for the production. Like they're so the spectacle. The biggest spectacle of them all, WrestleMania. Like, it's just crazy to watch and see how much thought's put into it, and the entrances, and like how big and crazy they're gonna go. Real into that.
It's what we always talk about, like with PAX and video games, right? There's a community of like-minded people there, and even with the Rumble we just did, right?
Yeah, and won.
You did not win. That is a belt you stole. Someone went back there looking for that belt. And like, I left my belt. And like, Tim Schaefer stole it.
No, it's just, I think it's John Drake's.
Like, the thing is, like, there, when we all started doing the same chants, like, it opened with a yes chant that went on for like 45 seconds. And it was like, that's an awesome feeling. And like something you don't get anywhere else, right? Where all these people are doing the same thing, pointing at the sky. It was amazing. So yes, try wrestling, jump into it. It's time? Motherfucker. Real quick, what's your topic? Hurry!
If you could pick one gaming world to live in, which one would it be?
DC Universe Online.
Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts for sure.
Now here's what I want to do. Everybody who lined up and didn't get to ask a question, please go and pick one prize, one item. Then, ladies and gentlemen, whatever's left, you're allowed to go fight each other for. But let them finish. Let us finish the show. We need a round of applause so people think we're a big deal. Then, no, not now, not now, not now. We don't do a round of applause yet. Then I will stand outside and gladly sign photos, whatever. Me and Tim have nothing to do, right?
Yeah.
Do you have something to do? Oh, no. Yeah, all right.
We're hanging out.
Tim, Jared, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
Ladies
for
and gentlemen,
me.
thank you for coming. Remember,
Thanks,
the
everybody.
Game Over Greggy show posts as an MP3 every Friday, then YouTube videos throughout the week. Ooh!